Okay, well, hey, thank you everybody for tuning in. Today I have the pleasure of interviewing a friend of mine, and was a colleague of mine until just recently. Her name is Renee Gonzales, and Renee Gonzales is the Vice President of Integrated Services at Home Services of America. But it's a cool journey because prior to that, Renee actually she was the president of Long Realty out of Tucson. And you always think of Tucson as being a smaller market. Tucson's got over 1 million people in that market, by the way. It's not a small market. And Long is the player in that market. And Renee has just done a phenomenal job over the last few years, just maintaining the credibility and integrity of what that organization really is. It's an amazing organization down there. She has been with Home Service. I'm sorry, she's been with Home. Yeah, you've been with Home Services slash Long for 25 years now. Sorry, I'm dating you a little bit. Sorry.
It's
But
okay.
prior to that, this is really, really cool. And I just got some quick stats from Renee prior to doing this. Um, 38 years ago, Long was purchased by Home Services of America. And prior to that, Long celebrated its 100-year birthday this last year.
It
So
is real.
talk about a legacy company purchased
Right.
by a legacy company. It's a really, really cool journey that you've been on, and you've witnessed so much of it as well. So thank you for being here today.
Absolutely. I've spent half my life. That's how I age myself. Half my life at Long Realty. So
Oh my goodness. Wow. Wow. So hey, it must be a pretty okay company then if you're still there. So,
absolutely.
all right. All right. Well, hey, today we're going to talk about one point. And Renee, I know this is near and dear to your heart. I'll
Mhm.
give a little background. One point a lot of you are hearing more and more about. Actually, Chris Kelly's doing a lot of videos to help our consumers as well as all of you understand really what one point is and how it's going to help separate us as we build and I won't say build, as we continue building our ecosystem that we have here at Home Service of America. Well, recently they tapped Renee Gonzales on the shoulder because Renee's been with Home Services a little while, and she completely understands that, and she understands integrations very well because she's done all these integrations inside of Long Realty over the years also. So when I asked Renee if she'd be okay if I just asked her a few questions about it, she's like, yeah, anytime, let me know. I'm there. And so Renee is here with us today. But let's dive in because we're going to talk all about one point. Let's
Okay.
dive into this. And again, Renee, please just tell us what you know. If you don't know, it's okay to say, hey, Troy, I'm not really sure about that yet. It's still in process. It's totally okay. So diving in, here's what I know. Our consumers, they clearly want convenience today. And we're hearing
Mhm.
more and more about this. A lot of the polls that have recently been taken show that they really do want a one-stop shop. And our, not our systems, but our industry has been really segregated in so many ways with all the different things that are happening in our industry. Home Services has really been on this path for quite some time. But can you tell us how is One Point specifically solving that demand better than the traditional real estate model has?
Yeah, I know they are. And here's what I think that you're going to see when you dive into One Point is that One Point has everything in one place. You know, when you go to when you're buying a house, we all do it every single day, right? But a consumer does this on average 5, maybe 6 times in their life, and they don't know what they're doing, and they want to make it as smooth and as easy as possible with as much. Buying a home is stressful, and the
It is.
stress that we can bring down is critical. So One Point can do that because all of our companies are owned by Home Services or have a relationship with Home Services.
Mm-hmm.
So we have everything working together, combined under one platform, and you don't have to make those phone calls if you can't get a hold of someone, because you can go talk to you, Troy, or
Yeah.
me, or one of our people that can help follow that. And to a consumer, if you look at any consumer research in the past probably 15 years, one stop shopping is what they want. They want it smooth and easy. It's just like when you go buy your internet, right? When you buy your internet, you want to have your phone, you want to have, all your apps, and you want to buy it all in one so you can go one place. It's the same exact thing. And I think that our consumer more and more want instant gratification. And That is what we can provide by using all of our companies under one, the complete real estate experience.
I completely agree with you, Renee. I mean, how much easier is it to just step out of our office and knock on the door next to us and say, "Hey, what's going on with that loan, by the way?
Right.
Hey, where's that prelim I'm looking for?" It's so much easier when it's under our roof, and it's so much easier to just pick up the phone because, oh, hey, Renee's calling me right now. I'm going to grab it real quick. We take first priority, and that experience is a seamless experience when it comes to making a difference for the consumer and helping them
Right.
do one of the hardest things they've ever done in their life.
Right.
So I
Right.
love it.
Yeah.
I love that. Well, here's what I know. Many tech companies are trying to insert themselves between the agents and the consumers.
Yeah.
We see it every single day. Hey, I'll buy lunch every Friday. I mean, there's a lot. Let's just face it. There's a lot of laws being broken right now. Let's just be very real about it.
Yeah.
And
Unfortunately.
and we can't catch it all. We try to, but we can't see it all. And this is one way where we really can help protect our agents as much as anything too. I know that's not really talked about a lot, but we can get more there as well. How does One Point help our agents? How does it help them stay in control of that client relationship? I know we touched a little bit on that on the first question that I asked you, but I'd love to hear more from you about that.
Yeah, I think that one point keeps our agent, you, the center of attention of the transaction, and make sure that the consumer, whether it's the buyer or seller, is in our ecosystem. You hear all of these tech companies out there that are trying to get into the real estate business and get the consumer in their ecosystem. And oh, by the way, in order to get your consumer back, you just might have to pay a referral fee or something along those lines. And this keeps all our consumer in our home services ecosystem. Now, we're just getting started on this, but as we continue to roll out One Point, there will also be a digital perspective to that, where the consumer will be able to have all of their transaction through, if they work with mortgage, title, insurance within our ecosystem, in one place. And oh, by the way, guess what? The agent is right there in the center of it. So the consumer
Yeah.
doesn't, we know that the agent is doing their marketing like they're supposed to keep in touch. But this is another way that when the consumer needs something, maybe they're purchasing a second home or what have you, they will already be in our ecosystem and not have to go try to find us. And that is unfortunately the way that our competitors are trying to get into that. And we can talk about our competitors all day long. I don't have to name them. We all know who they are. And they're definitely trying to do that. We've lost many, we've had a couple situations within home services that the consumer was working with our agent and then got swept away by another experience because of that. And that's what we don't want to happen. And we can keep your consumer safe.
Yeah. I love that, and I love that we're forward thinking and continually
Mhm.
saying, how do we make the experience better? Okay, that's great. Now, how do we do it even better? Now, how do we do it even better? And that's clearly what we're trying to do, especially with that digital footprint as well. And
Yeah.
I'm anticipating. I know we haven't talked a lot about this, and hopefully we're not in trouble for talking about this right now. By the way,
No, not at
but
all.
okay, good. But I'm anticipating that's a two-way street on that platform, the digital platform, to where the consumer might reach out and say, "Hey, I had a transaction a year ago with you. It was fantastic. Can you send me that settlement statement? I got taxes coming up." I'm anticipating there's a communicative piece to that with the agent because the agent owns the client, and we never want
Right.
to get in the way of that. But
Mm-mm.
that is amazing, and then everything is stored and documented, and it is in there. So if they ever need it again, let's say they lose it, oh, it's right here, almost like a
Right.
filing cabinet for everything they're doing with their real estate, which I think is
Right.
just it's flipping awesome, is
And
what it is.
it's at the end of the day, we are not a technology company. We are a real estate company powered by relationships. But we
Amen.
are going to build technology to help that relationship become stronger. The other
Yeah.
companies out there are doing it the opposite. They're trying to use their technology to build it, and nobody has the relationships that our agents have.
Correct. Correct. A dear friend of mine says this, and I love it. And this can go right along with our industry too. He says, "Look, we change people's lives We just happen to do it behind a pair of scissors, and he owns a bunch of hair salons.
Yeah.
But it's all about, he's like, we're in the business. We just change people's lives. We just do it behind scissors, and I really feel that with home services too. We're changing people's lives. We just do it by helping them find a home.
Right. Right.
There's so many facets to this. Um, this is a big differentiator. And I would say today, our agents need big differentiators,
Mhm.
strong differentiators. We're always having to reprove our value because so many people don't understand what real estate professionals do and how hard it is behind everything that they do.
Right.
So, how do you foresee One Point helping our agents win more listings and more buyers?
Yeah. I believe that, as we talked about with the first question, the buyers and the
Mhm.
consumers want this. They
Mhm.
want a smooth and easy transaction. All of us have lives that are going on behind the scenes, right? And they want
Yeah.
to make sure that, we can help them through the process as smooth and as easy as possible. And our agents can provide that because they can feel confident when they say, if you work with me and the One Point team with our brokerage, we're all moving towards one goal. And that is to get you into your home or sell your home, whichever side of the transaction they're on, as smooth and as easy as possible. And we're all working towards that common goal. And it's what we all want. We're not in this for other reasons. And I think that you hit on it too. Like, we're helping people with the biggest thing that they're one of the biggest things they're going to do in their life. And there's probably something going on in their world because they're doing it,
Mhm.
right? They're selling their house for a reason. They're buying their house for a reason. And if we can help to make that process as smooth and easy as possible, and our agents can say with confidence that they can do that because they know that they have the systems behind them, then that is a strong differentiator that I believe no other company can say, even with those companies that might have a partner, because these are companies that are sitting within your offices. They're in our day-to-day operations, and they're involved in everything. And no other real estate company within besides Home Services has done the model the right way, and that definitely differentiates our agents in the eyes of the consumer, because that's what the consumer wants.
Yeah, and you really just hit the nail on the head, Renee, with the next question I was going to ask you, and I won't right now anymore because it is one of the biggest pain points in our industry, which is just poor communication. And
Yeah.
oftentimes it's between vendors, oftentimes, and it really makes our agents look bad when that happens. And it, and
Right.
it's and it, it's so it can be so damaging to the relationship for our
Hmm.
agent. And
Right.
unfortunately it's something that we can't control until now we can help. And when you really look at One Point, not only does it improve the speed, it improves the service, it absolutely improves the accountability when
Yeah.
problems arise or when things come up. But it helps make our agents look like a rock star as well. And there's nothing like wanting to help your family. If your family's in need, you're the first person to come to help them because they're your family. And that's really what I'm envisioning. And you can correct me if I'm wrong, but it's really what I'm envisioning with One Point. This is
Right.
just a stronger connection with our family. So we can say, hey, Bob, dude, where's that loan approval? Oh my gosh, Troy, I'm on it right now. I'm so sorry. It slipped through the crack. I'm on it right now. Okay, great. And
Right.
I can walk and find Bob if I need to and just sit at his
Right.
desk until he does it. So
Exactly. Exactly. And
yeah, it's just,
we we know that the consumers, their reputation, or the agent, their agent's reputation is critical to their future business, right? And
Mhm.
we know that we are so committed to providing the best experience that we believe that we can help them to, help that reputation go even further, because they will have a good experience. The consumer will have a good experience when they work with us. And I've seen a lot of situations where, the loan officer is trying to do a transaction, get them into their home. And I've seen where insurance will say, well, let me work on the insurance premium. so that I can help get that to a place with coverage that they need, of course, to where they can make this house that they want work. That's the power of us all working together, is that we're all working towards the goal of getting the consumer in the house that they want and that the agent has found for them and is working with them on.
Yeah, I love that. I love that. And so let me ask you this, Renee. If you're looking ahead 3 to 5 years from now, I mean, do you
Mhm.
believe that integrated real estate experiences like One Point will soon become the standard?
Absolutely. We already are seeing it. We're already seeing it. You could look at the Rocket Redfin relationship. That's exactly what they're doing. Exactly.
Mhm.
And they're just taking it from a different perspective, right? The mortgage company is leading the charge, and the
Mhm.
real estate company is following suit. So I honestly believe that in 5 years, and we saw it just this week, right? With
Mhm.
Remax and
Yeah,
Real moving
real,
together. Remax has a relationship.
real
They
max.
have a right,
Yeah,
exactly. They have a mortgage company and title relationships, and so we're already seeing that happen. Home Services is so far ahead because we have the agent who is the center of all of this, and our
hmm,
companies that have built a foundation to where they are here to help support the client. So and the agent. And I just think that that's the way the business is flowing, just like all other businesses are trying to make it smooth and easy for anybody. If you've bought a car recently, you can do that online now, right? Because it's
yeah,
smooth and
yeah,
easy, and you get they ask you if you want your car insurance quoted. It's all right there. So smooth,
yeah.
easy is where the consumer wants, and we've got to provide it. And I honestly believe we can see it already happening with the companies that I just spoke about.
Yeah, I'm with you. I truly feel this is going to be the standard, and it's really interesting. You know, companies like ours, we were purchased 5 years ago by Home Services, so we haven't seen a lot of this, and
Right.
it's why we're really excited to have you on to talk to our company about this, because they don't have that understanding of the truly integrated services. I saw it because I was with the brand prior to this organization,
Mhm.
but when you come into an organization that has been a regional organization, or a franchise level organization, it's very different, and
Right.
the everything's different. The tech's different. Everything's different. But when you really look at what Home Services has been building, and I don't want to say behind the scenes because they haven't really been doing anything behind the scenes. It's just happened in other organizations as they've been either acquiring or converting or
Right.
building. It's been happening. You look at Fox and Roach, and I think they had PHM, or it was Trident at PHM, whatever it was, for,
Right.
is it 25, 30 years now, you
Yeah.
know?
30 years.
Long,
30 years.
long you had for 30 years. Have you had them?
Yep. We started our title company 20 years ago.
So, I mean, so there you go. I mean, this is old hat to you guys, and it's not. It's really new to this organization,
Mhm.
but it's really exciting too. I mean, my whole goal, and our company is well aware of this. How do I give you back more time and yet also help you be more effective in everything that you're doing? This is one of the many things that I can help influence to help them,
Right.
give them more time back, to eliminate a lot of the additional conversations they may have to have, to help communication not break down through a process because it can be stressful enough. This is one of the many levers we can pull. So I'm super excited about One Point. I love the direction that Chris Kelly has been going and driving with this. And Renee, I love the fact he's pulled you up and said, "Hey, you're the person that's going to help us really push this thing through." And just know we're here. I mean, we're here to
Yeah.
support any way that we can. And I appreciate you being able to communicate all this to us too in real time.
Yeah, I appreciate you having me. I'm so excited to be able to, I do want to note that I know that you guys are just getting started in your company, and so we're gonna do everything we can to help support you and move you in the direction of just moving forward and going at the pace that we can to help your agents and you and everybody really dive into this and feel comfortable with it and feel like we can provide the experience that we know we can. So thanks for having me. Look forward to meeting you guys all in person someday soon.
Well, my pleasure, Renee. Thanks so much for being here. And hey, we'll be doing more updates on One Point as this continues to start rolling out more and more and more. And I'm really excited to start showing you what this looks and feels like. And most importantly, how I can give you back more time. So thanks for tuning in, and we'll see everybody soon. Bye bye.